Okay, well, I was just saying this is one of the very few real hardware stores in America left. Everybody has gone to the places like Lowe's and Home Depot, but you don't get the personal service like you do here at Dual Supply.
Meet Wesley Woods, a true Southern gentleman born and raised in Hillsborough, North Carolina, embodying the real meaning of a small-town store owner. He is the owner of Dual Supply, an old-time hardware store located on 115 West King Street in the heart of downtown Hillsborough, North Carolina. He has been working here since 1952, when he was just 13 years old and then eventually bought it 22 years later. Mr. Woods has kept the same care and consideration towards his customers that many stores seem to have lost today. He makes sure that each customer gets taken care of, providing them with what they need down to the last nail or key. He always seems to put a smile on their face before leaving the store. Through this dedication to his service, Mr. Woods has had very faithful customers. Some are previous classmates or even grandkids of people who he used to know. Dual Supply brings in all sorts of different age groups and kinds of people looking for the best service and a well-made product from a variety to choose from. A wide selection of inventory at Dual Supply is obvious. When walking in the door, it can be a little overwhelming with the amount of merchandise filling each aisle and how to approach finding what you need. Luckily, Mr. Woods, equipped with a wonderful memory, miraculously knows each individual item of inventory and where it is located. In the unlikely event that he doesn't have it, he makes sure to order it or make it. With this many possibilities and items to explore, you can't help but feel like a kid in a candy shop, hoping to look around and discover these new and interesting toys. Of course, Dual Supply is not just all fun and games. There is a lot of work that goes into the upkeep of the store. Mrs. Woods, Mr. Woods' wife, also helps run the store. She is in charge of the manual bookkeeping and checking off of inventory rather than an electronic method. She also helps out generally with the store for any task that may need to get done. Mr. and Mrs. Woods' two sons also work in the store alongside their parents. Mr. Woods' son, Jeff, works partly in Dual Supply, but also owns the tackle shop across the street with his wife, Lisa. While Jeff is at Dual Supply, Lisa takes over and runs the tackle shop. She has an infectious sense of humor that is contagious to those around her and complements the hilarious personalities of any characters that seem to come around. Jeff and Lisa's son, Adam, is a senior in high school and also comes in and helps out with Dual Supply's maintenance, while intermittently hanging out with friends and working on his truck. Mike, Mr. and Mrs. Woods' other son, also works in the store by putting up merchandise, servicing people, and, in the words of Mr. Woods, whatever else comes along. Mr. Woods lends the back of his store's space to Buck, a mechanic who runs his own business from the garage and gets all his parts from Dual Supply. He makes sure that every piece of equipment is tested and works before it's allowed to be sold. Lamar is a friend of the Woodses and, although he works for someone else, comes by the garage to help out if Buck gets too busy or is in a bind. Lamar's fun-loving personality and ability to make everyone laugh adds to the sense of community felt within Dual Supply and the Woods family that works there. It is pretty evident that Mr. Woods keeps his hands full with the successful running of Dual Supply and making sure that each customer is completely satisfied with his business, but he can always count on his family to be right there to help get the job done right, while having a positive attitude and good time doing so. At the end of the day, Dual Supply runs off Mr. Woods' care and passion for what he's doing and for whom he's doing it for, appreciating his daily tasks, big and small, each day. It's like he told me, it's just exciting to be able to open up a box, and I know basically what's supposed to be there, but it's just so neat. I can't wait to open them.